So Bambu Labs has finally revealed the H2D. Everybody in the 3D printing community has been looking forward to the announcement of this printer, and just yesterday they finally released all of the information about it. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over all of the information that we know about the Bambu Labs H2D as of right now, as well as my opinions on different aspects of the machine to help you guys get a better idea of what this machine is going to be about. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the video. So first things first, before we get into the price of this machine, I want to go over basically what it does and what major features they included with this machine besides just 3D printing. So first things first, it has dual nozzle multi-printing, which means that you can now print two materials almost simultaneously without having to worry about wasting material and swapping colors in between each layer. And it makes it a lot easier when you're trying to print with multi-materials. If you look at their little trailer video, you can see that they printed off with TPU and PLA at the same time to make a bike seat because you want it to be sturdy underneath, but also cushiony on top. So it actually makes it so that way you're able to print with different materials without having to worry about things getting clogged, because sometimes the AMSs and other multi-material devices can't work with TPU and some of the carbon fiber infused filaments. So now this makes it a lot easier for those type of prints. Another thing that they included now is a laser engraver. So this is now a 3D printing and laser engraving machine. You're able to laser engrave straight down or on a curved surface or even with a rotary attachment. So you can laser engrave something flat, something that has curves to it, or even if you wanted to laser engrave like a bottle and put a custom engraving on a tumbler or something like that, you can do that as well. And finally, it is a cutting machine. So basically kind of like a Cricut, it is a vinyl cutter and also a drawing machine. So you can use different markers and pens and it can draw on pieces of paper or, you know, I'm sure types of wood or whatever drawing that you're trying to get. It can also do that as well. Just like some of the Cricuts, you can insert a marker and it can actually draw on the sheet instead of cutting it. And I gotta say, if you don't have any of those type of machines and you're looking into getting either a 3D printer or maybe also a cutting machine or a laser engraver, this is like your all-in-one hub. I mean, you really can do anything with this machine as far as what they said it can do. So it's pretty neat in that aspect. But now let's jump over to the price. So the Bambu Labs H2D starts at $1,900. That is super insane just for the base model printer. That includes none of the extra stuff like the laser engraver and the AMS, the multi-filament printing, none of that stuff. All that is the 3D printer. Now, considering the X1 Carbon is about 30% smaller, doesn't have dual extruders, is pretty much the same exact machine. Besides that, I don't think it's worth the $450 jump that they just launched this thing up to. To get any version of the H2D is going to be over $2,000 once you add taxes and stuff like that and shipping. So $2,000 for the starting model is absolutely insane. Doesn't make any sense to me, considering Elegoo just released a fully enclosed carbon fiber printing 3D printer that is equivalent to what the Bambu X1 Carbon was. This much of an increase in price is insane. But that's not even the crazy part. The H2D laser full combo, which is pretty much all of the bells and whistles on the 3D printer that has the laser engraving, the cutting, the AMS, all that kind of stuff, is $2,800 for the 10-watt laser engraver and $3,500 for the 40-watt laser engraver. Now, when I first seen these numbers, because the first thing I went to was to see how much it would cost to get like the best of the best of the best, and the 40-watt laser engraver on the laser full combo is $3,500. I was like, what is even going on? Especially considering Bambu Labs kind of started as sort of a little bit higher end of like a normal hobbyist consumer 3D printer. They really took a leap with the prices of these machines. But then I went ahead and did some digging. And after seeing a lot of comments of people saying that you can just buy a 3D printer, a laser engraver, and a vinyl cutter, if you want all these different things, you can just buy them separately and it'd be cheaper. So I went ahead and did a little bit of research, and I basically took the X1 Carbon with the AMS is almost $1,500. So we're just going to use that as a number. Now, mind you, the H2D is pretty much 100 millimeters each way larger than the X1 Carbon was. And it has dual nozzle 3D printing. So you can print with two colors, two different materials at that. So let's just say $1,500 for the X1 Carbon is what you're spending for the 3D printing section. Then I went ahead and went onto Cricut, and their best vinyl cutter that they have that even cut on the same length and stuff as this printer is about $400. So right there, you're already about at the $2,000 mark after taxes and all that. So there's still a $1,500 gap between getting those two and getting this machine. So I went ahead and looked up some 40-watt laser engravers, and come to find out, they're all about $1,300 to $1,400. So right there, you're sitting at about $3,400 to get all three separate after shipping and taxes and all that. Now there are deals, there's cheaper machines, there's other ways of looking at it. You could, get a different Cricut. You can get, they have different, they don't, you don't have to get a Cricut. You can get a scissor. You could get the Anycubic S1 combo or the K2 Plus or something. There's different ways of calculating whether or not this is actually worth the price. But basically what I kind of came to the conclusion is this price is actually not bad. For being able to do all of these different features on one machine is super handy, and it honestly makes sense that it's priced at as high as it is, because you're getting a lot out of this machine. Now, this is what they're saying. I'm not positive if this is going to be the best of the best. There's a really popular saying that if something is good at everything, it's really good at nothing. And with a machine that can do as many different things as this one, if something were to break on it and you lose all functionality of all of those different features that this printer comes with, then you're going to be in a big hole, because that is a very expensive machine, and if something expensive breaks on it and you can't use anything on it, the laser engraver, the vinyl cutting, the printing, that's gonna suck. You're gonna have one big nothing that can't do anything. So yeah, the price of the normal H2D is way too high. $1,900 was not the move. If anything, I think that they should have brought down the price of the X1 Carbon to maybe $1,250, and then price this one at maybe like $1,600. These are really high quality machines, and I understand that they're worth the money, but I mean, when you're talking $450, you could buy a whole nother 3D printer with that extra $450. But for the laser engraving machine with the vinyl cutting, with 3D printing, with AMS on top, the $2,700 for the 10-watt laser engraver, totally worth it, and the 40-watt at $3,500, totally worth it after you look at how much it would be to buy all this separately. And also another thing to include, if you do purchase all those things separately, you have to take up that much space. And I don't think people really realize how much space a laser engraver takes up, and the enclosure that you have to have with it, and the filters that you have to include. And I'm not really too knowledgeable about laser engraving, but from what I've seen people say in the comments and what other laser engraving hobbyists have said about this machine is that it's good, but it's definitely going to need some more safety precautions for it. I know that the glass is supposed to be protective on all the sides. That way the laser engraving doesn't hurt your eyes or anything like that. But it should definitely include, a mask, gloves, and also some sort of air ventilation, because with all the dust that thing's going to be letting off, and when it's hitting metal, you're getting into a different space other than just melting small plastics. This is different types of materials. I'm sure they will release some sort of filter or air ventilation system as well to help deal with the fumes and stuff like that. The dual nozzle feature on the H2D is a really cool function, as it literally just switch swaps between the two whenever you're printing. Like I said in that video, they showed him printing off a bike seat, and it went from the soft TPU material to the rigid PLA. You can make some pretty cool stuff with that as long as it works. Think another feature that I don't know if they included in this or if I've seen it in something else. I've been watching a ton of videos about this machine, watching other YouTubers that have been sent it early. The software is supposed to be able to kind of recognize which color is going to be used the most on the print, and use one of the extruders as sort of like a primary nozzle, and the other one can be the one that swaps it out. I don't know if they were trying to find a feature where while the primary color is printing and the other three colors need to swap in the other nozzle, it's going to do that while it's printing. I don't think that's going to work that way, because I think it'll still need to purge somehow. But that'd be a really cool feature as well, if you didn't really ever have to wait for it to switch colors, because one's always printing, your primary color, and then one's swapping. To give you guys an example, I don't remember how long this BB-8 took to print, but this is one solid multi-filament print on my Anycubic Cobra 3. It took a really long time just because each layer switching between the white, the orange, the silver, and then up here with the black, silver, orange, white, it takes a longer time. So if you could pretty much avoid all of that, waiting for it to purge and changing colors, it would literally just take as long as it does to print that. Also, another thing that I noticed when you look on their site, the size of the printable area that you have actually shrinks when you use the dual nozzle printing. You know, it makes a little bit of sense because the one nozzle can't go as far as the other one, but you shouldn't have to even think about that sort of thing. But what I noticed is that you really can't print to the full size of the build volume on this printer, because as soon as you use the dual extruder, it doesn't print all the way to the max size that you can. And Uncle Jesse made a video about this, and he better explains it in that one. But basically, the printer is more like 325 by 320 by 325 because it can't go all the way to the side and side, because they didn't make the printer that much bigger to allow the other extruder head to go all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And I don't know if that's actually true. We'll have to see whenever there's more reviews coming out and stuff like that, people using it. But that's terrible. They should have made it a little bit wider so that way they can go all the way to the side. I'm not sure if that's actually true. That was just what I noticed from his video. And the final thing I want to talk about before I let you guys go is the Bambu Suite, which is part of the new firmware upgrade software thing that they have implemented into their printers, is implemented into this one. And while you can use third-party apps to offline print on this printer, to an extent, you still can't use Orca. They did not include Orca Slicer as part of the third-party allowed apps to be used with the H2D, which is going to leave everybody pretty concerned. You cannot use the vinyl cutting or the laser engraving feature unless you have Bambu Suite. I'm not even going to get back into all that, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you remember me talking about the firmware. You have to have that Bambu Connect accessibility to use this machine to its full capability, which is crazy. So they're already kind of locking it down a little bit. And with such a cool machine, it's a shame that they're already limiting certain features. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It seems like a super cool machine. And especially if you don't have a 3D printer or a cutting machine or a laser engraver, but you want to be able to do all that, this is the way to go. If you already have an X1 Carbon and you also have a laser engraver or a vinyl cutting machine, I don't know if this machine is really going to make that much of a bigger difference. There's not enough testing done yet out there to show if there's any issues with anything. It is a Bambu printer, and for the most part, they really don't have a lot of issues anyways. But it's the first time they dabbled in not only vinyl cutting, but also laser engraving. So it's really interesting to see how this works out. I'm excited to see people use the rotary tool. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys for the Bambu Labs H2D. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this printer. I'm probably never going to get one, but it's a super cool machine. And I'm excited to see what the competition is going to release as well. I never made a video about the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, and I honestly kind of forgot about it in my video talking about the new 3D printers coming out this year, because they went silent on it for the longest time. And it was funny because I think it was like a day or two after I uploaded that video, they released a picture of it, and then people were showing it off, and then boom, it was here. So I pre-ordered that. The Centauri Carbon's coming in, I think, in June, whenever that first shipment is. And I'll be doing an unboxing. I might even do a live unboxing with you guys. And pretty soon here, I'm going to start a series of my print farm. I have resin printers and FDM printers, multi-filament printers, filament connected machines, and filament dryers, resin print washers. So I have a ton of stuff that I want to show you guys. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this printer. There's a lot to say negative about it, but there's also a lot of positives here too. It's really cool to see a full creation hobbyist machine get released like this. And it's exciting to see what people are going to be able to make with all of these different functions all working together to create something really cool. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.